Walk around. Wave hi to everybody because we're live. Ain't nobody here yet. Yeah. Is there somebody there now? Fields to water. What's going on? Yeah, my pots are warming up. I didn't get them plugged in fast enough. I just figured we'd hang out this morning and pour some lead, and if anybody wanted to watch and see what was going on, maybe somebody hasn't ever seen anybody pour lead weights or anything. I mean, we just got one in there, looks like. Fills the water. I don't know if you've seen the video with my puppies in there, but look at how big this thing's gotten now. And they still like to eat my beard. That's my oldest boy, Matthew. Three of you in here now, looks like. Maybe y'all seen my Doberman puppy there. Sitting at work. Well, thanks for watching while you're at work. Hopefully you don't get in trouble. I'm going to go open this garage door real quick and get some air while some other people come in. Yeah, I went fishing out at the lake the other day, and I ran out of 3 ounces. So I figured while I was out here by myself pouring them up, maybe I could go live this morning and get a few other people to chat with while I'm doing it. I left them in there from last time. They was kind of hard to get out. Well, now I got a 2, 3, 4, and 5 again. I didn't want you up there anyway. Diana, hello. Yeah, I'm gonna pour some weights today, so some jigs too. I got some new sickle hooks they're a size 10, so they call them little nasties. I know you're probably not gonna be able to see this, but on the tip of my, well, let me get in the picture. See right there on the tip of my finger. See how small that little hook is? That's how, and that'll be a 1/64 ounce jig. That'll be on the new production mold that I got that was in a couple videos ago. It's all CNC machine, got a nice warming chamber in it. But thanks for stopping in, guys. As soon as these get warmed up, then we'll get to pouring something. Kind of pick up my mess. So, Fields the water. Have you done any fishing in the recent days? I'm trying to keep up with everybody's videos, but now I got so many people to watch and keep up. Almost thought I picked up a hook there for a minute. All right. That little pot will warm up faster, so we'll probably I'll pour them up, the rest of these little nasties up so I can finish fine. But those little hooks that I got that I'm fixing to pour 1/64 ounce on is, let's see if that'll, you guys can see that. But it says, it just says Eagle Claw 100 hooks, and they're 500 BP size 10. And this was a little sample that I bought to see if I liked them. And now that I got it, I bought 1,000 count. So it'll take a while to pour the 1,000 little bitty jigs like that. I can pour the big jigs faster because I can lay them in the mold quicker instead of having to try to squint to see the hook. But this is my new Lee pot, and I got it on sale, and I thought, well, I use tire weights and stuff like that. I have a buddy that has a tire shop. So down here, I got a 5-gallon bucket full of tire weight that I still have to sift through. And I get it pretty cheap from him. We make a pretty good deal. But then I clean it all up and I do it all outside of the garage door here. And what I use is a turkey fryer burner, and then a cast iron pot that's big enough that you can put literally about 100 pounds of lead in it if you wanted, but I try not to get it that full because you can't carry it. Let's see, Fields the water went out last Saturday night. I haven't put up the video. That glare behind on it. Oh, right there. Trash floating down the river. Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to see that screen. I got that big old blue sky shining in behind. I'm sure you can see the reflection in my glasses. Somebody else just came in. Thanks, guys. I am still trying to figure out how to do all this StreamYard thing here. Let's see, it says guest, more, mic, cam. I don't know what the mic and cam, the guest, get somebody to come in. But I don't know how to post it or put the link in the comments myself unless I went over to another channel. I don't know. To get one of y'all to come up if y'all wanted to come up and visit. I'm kind of boring just sitting here waiting for lead pots to warm up. But while we're doing that, I got some of my old stickers left, and they were my first design stickers that were pretty simple. And if y'all are interested in getting one, you hit me up at doublehookangling@gmail.com. This is it. It's kind of hard to see, but it's an oval, but it's on a white backing, and it has a transfer sheet on it. So you stick that on something, it ain't coming off. But I still have probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10, 15. I got about 20 of those left. And so if you want one, you hit me up and I'll get you one. They only mail for like 80 some cents, so it ain't no big deal. I just mail you one if you want one. Yeah. John Boys, how you doing? Well, we're just pouring some lead this morning. I got a new lead pot, and as soon as it's starting to bubble a little bit, as soon as it gets heated up, we'll this new 420 pot. They got a screw right here that is the plunger screw, so it locks it in so nothing drips out, and you just empty your pot and burn your pot all up the head. But I also got the little one going because I'm going to pour some little 500 BP sickle hooks. They're called little nasties, and they're tiny little things. So little bitty dudes. That'll have the 1/64th. So I'm sorry I'm repeating myself to some of y'all, but I see somebody else keeps popping in. That dog's went out again. Thank you, Matthew. Sorry, we might be interrupted time to time. I'm in the pathway of the puppies going out. Look, lady, appreciate it. Yep, I appreciate you wanting a sticker. I'll as soon as you get that email to me, I'll get it out. It may not be today, but Monday at least. Today is Friday, so our post is can't even speak. Our post office only sends mail off once a day. We're a little town, like 3,500 people, so. But and they don't do much on Saturdays because I can't ever seem to make it up there before they close. Went back through, Matthew. Oh no, yeah, I guess you guys can see the Rambler sitting there, part of it, anyways. Can you? Oh yeah, yeah. I got to get this thing finished. I got I replaced this whole quarter panel on this car, in chunks. But not the whole quarter panel, but this whole part of the quarter panel right here. I replaced that, and it was a pain in the butt. And I got one little dent that I don't like. And now that it's been parked there, the dogs, they used to run underneath it, but then they got big enough they started running into the quarter panels and got a few dents in there, and then I got to pull back out now. So, but then pot's about warmed up, and then we could actually pour something. But I think that big pot's actually going to warm up before the little one. That's kind of funny. That little one is a few years old, so the element's kind of getting sketchy in it. But how's everybody doing today? Yeah, I want to know, how do I see all the, I guess I'm seeing all the comments, but maybe not. One of these days I'll figure this stuff out. But anyways, anybody been fishing lately while we're waiting for them pots to get hot? Brandon's Outdoor Adventures, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in. We're just pouring some weights and jigs this morning, but we're waiting for the pots to get warm. I didn't get them plugged in time. Running behind between now the two Dobermans, two Dachshunds, two adult children, uh, wife that had a rollover wreck and back surgery, me in the chair. Life is fun these days, let me tell you. Trying to get some fishing in for you guys, trying to make jigs and pour weights. So I've been so busy, I don't know if I'm coming or going. And I did dig my kayak out too, guys. I'm gonna get that. What I got is I got a T10 Ascend, and I'm sinking the butt end of it. I'm just fat. So what I want to do is I think the problem is I'm too much weight back, because the nose is up kind of a little bit and the back is actually got a ½ inch of water coming over the kayak. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to take one of my old wheelchairs that fell out of the back of the truck that a buddy put in the back of the truck on top of the kayaks, actually, and he thought it was secure enough, and he didn't strap it down, and I didn't ask him if he strapped it down. So we started down the highway at 70 miles an hour, and guess what happened? Wheelchair flung out the back, bounced 3 times. It destroyed that wheelchair. So the good thing about that is I had another one at home, so I wasn't out a wheelchair per se. I mean, I was out a wheelchair, but I was still able to get around. And then that buddy of mine, he was so upset with himself that, man, he apologized for. I mean, he's still apologizing. It's been a couple years. So, but yeah, life's been fun lately. You know, everybody knows how that goes. They always tell you he don't give you more than you can handle, but sometimes you wonder, right, guys? I'm wondering if that pot will dump some lead yet. Move that plunger. Oh, the plunger moves, but ain't quite much coming out. Not hot enough at the spout yet, so nothing's coming out, but the plunger's moving up and down. Now on this 420 pot, it has a big fixed plunger. This one has like a wire handle plunger on the small 10-pound pot, and you just lift the handle up, and it's starting to move itself, and it's dripping out pretty good. And when these drip out, these smaller ones, you just kind of wiggle that a little bit. It's hard to do when the lid is hot, but see, it stopped dripping now. So it took me a pair of pliers here. Yeah, sure. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. We're not doing a whole lot. We're just going to pour some lead and stuff. Pots are still getting hot. Okay, I gotta go back here. What kind of leads am I making? Well, today it's going to be a hodgepodge. I went to the lake the other day, and I ran out of 3-ounce banks. So we got this one's got 2, 3, 4, and 5 in it on bank weights. And then we're going to pour some little bitty 1/64th jig heads on a size 10 sickle hook that they call Little Nasty. And then we're going to do some no rolls and some eggs. So the no rolls, I'll be doing, I need to do a bunch of 2s on the no roll. And then on the eggs, I need to do a couple, probably 10 3s. So most of these are for myself and then just friends. So I ain't selling none of this stuff today. Sorry, guys, just reading the comments. I need new glasses. If I had new glasses, I could probably see it from here. All right, we got some lead coming out of there now. I'll get this out of the way. I was powder coating some of them little nasties when I did it. This is, I probably got like 25 hooks or so left of them, and that I'm going to pour up, and then I'll tie them off for myself. And what I like about these 1/64th little nasties is you don't just have to tie, I mean, jigs ain't the only thing to tie on those. You can use them for the little gold maggots. Then you can tie flies on them because you can cast it with a fly rod. And right now, nobody can seem to find beads. The hot beads are hard to find, and it's just being a pain. So I thought, well, I get that little production mold of the 1/64th and get it going, and I'll use them for fly hits, for bead hits instead. So for one thing, the hooks are way cheaper. You could buy 1,000 hooks for $38. You go try to buy 1,000 fly hooks of any quality for $38, and good luck with that. It's more like lately it's been, I think the last package of hooks I bought was I think it was 15 or 20 hooks, but it was $7 for some fly hooks for some dry fly stuff. So needless to say, that's why everybody's dry flies and midges and all that are going up, because hooks cost too much. You need new glasses too. I keep looking at the mirror like yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier, is I've gotten fat, and the dang kayak, the back end's like this. So what I'm going to do is that wheelchair that fell out of the back of the truck, that's what I was saying. Sorry, I got off subject there. The wheelchair that fell out of the back of the truck, it got destroyed to where it's not being able to be used as wheelchair. But if I cut the right below the knee off and then take the axle out from underneath it, it would be a really comfortable chair for my kayak. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. But now that this big pot's heated up, I got this little table that I like working on because I could get my legs up underneath it. It kind of protects me a little bit, but sometimes I get splashes. So if you see me jump, you can giggle, because I will too. But this thing, you can set it underneath, and it's got this little gauge guide thing, but I mean, it's all right to use, but to me, it's kind of in the way. So I just get up underneath there and go for it. Looks like it might still be a little cool, but we'll run these and see how many waves we get in that lead. Yeah, I'm gonna let that set. Then that mold's still kind of cold. We'll let that run, heat that up. This thing is about done, so I'll set up and wipe. Kind of what I do is, as I'm going from one to the other, it allows the mold not to get so hot, because sometimes these molds will get so hot they want to warp a little bit, and then you can't get the hooks to set in there completely straight. But the other problem with these little nasties is they are an Eagle Claw hook, so they're mass produced like crazy, and the heads aren't always 90. They may be like 88 degrees, or they may even be 95 degrees, and they just don't want to set in there right. So sometimes I'll just set those aside, and when I get enough of those, I'll go through with a little pair of jewelry needle nose and I'll fix them. So, but this today has just been, the day is been slow already. I've been up since 5 something, so these things are just not wanting to come out. If you have trouble, sometimes people grease these, but I don't like doing that. I just grab a pair of pliers, and if you grab the slag part, they usually just pop right out. Because I'm sure I'm going to touch the thing, get it hard. Yeah, see, that had a few waves in it, but that mold was cold then, so. And then I'll let that set. Let them cool for a minute. These are the ones from the other day. I need to set them aside. But why that's doing its thing. There, see, now they come out easier. But I still, these big ones, man, sometimes they just want to stick. Anybody got a solution besides greasing down your mold? Maybe that's just the solution, is greasing down the mold. Yeah. Then when you do these, sometimes people are more comfortable either left or right or whichever. It just find your way you want to do, just get comfortable with it. I tried to make this an actual video, pouring some lead and weights and stuff, but I tried to edit that thing out. And it just, the program I had versus my patience and my understanding of that program, my lack of understanding of that program, it it's kind of pain. And then I ended up deleting some of it, which, you never want to delete it, but it happens. So. But it takes me a little while to get some of these laid in there. Oh, you know what? I just messed up. I didn't even pour any. Well, see, I get to talking and then I forget what I'm doing. I forgot to pour lead in the heat up chamber and let it set for a minute. I'll get that done. Okay. Reason why I went with two different pots is this one is super clean lead. I've refined it several times. I've taken all the tin and everything else that's in it out. And it's just super soft, super clean. Most of it was lead pipe weight from like old water lines and stuff. And I melted it all down. And like I said earlier, I do it on a turkey fryer, propane outside on the ramp of the garage, and a cast iron pan. Melt up all the lead. I do when I do that soft lead, I'll just hold the pipe and just slowly just let it melt into it as you go down, and skim off the trash, because in those old water pipes there's a lot of calcium and corrosion built up inside. Yeah, Bobcat Outdoors does pouring too. Yeah, I've seen quite a few guys on here that seem like they pour their own weights. And anymore, if you got a source of lead, like I got a buddy that has a tire shop, so I go in there and buy a 5-gallon bucket of tire weights. Now, granted, most of the tire weights anymore are just trash because they're stainless or steel or plastic or whatever. Yeah, I know. I got the big garage door open. I got the ceiling fans on in the shop. The greenhouse windows are open and the side doors open, so there's a breeze coming through here just fine. And you can feel the direction that the heat's coming. So I try to, and the way my shop kind of flows, it flows back down that wall and back around the old Rambler behind me and then out the door. So, I mean, plus when I do the lead with the tire weights and all that, when I do all that and clean all that lead up, I definitely do that outside. I sometimes I'll wear the respirator, but I can't breathe in a mask. So I mean, this last 2 years has sucked. I've worn a mask like 3 times in the last 2 years and about passed out all 3 times. One time I went to the hospital because my oxygen dropped down into the 80s. So they tell you if they tell you wearing a mask doesn't drop your oxygen down, they're full of crap. So, but yeah, I do all my cleaning, up my lead and stuff. I do it all outside. So that little mold, get my leg down there. That little mold should be hot. All right, now let's set it. But what do y'all got going on today? Anybody got anything going on today? I know we're just kind of hanging out here, but I figured why I'm doing something. See if y'all wanted to hang out. That's why I posted last night the notice for the live this morning. Yeah, what I need to do is I need to figure out how to put the link on there. Somebody said something the other day about it that I didn't understand what they meant. Where people could come up. Does anybody know? I was supposed to go fishing after I got off work at 7 a.m., but I woke up in a fever and now I'm staying home. And well, I hope she gets to feeling better. Yeah, never good when kiddos get sick. Yeah, my Gregory, the one that's in my videos, the one that caught the striper the other day, he's 25, but when he gets sick, it's just he's still a kid basically, and it just makes him upset. He don't understand it. It's hard to on little ones, whether they're their age or whatever their age. That sometimes they're just little ones. But today's supposed to be 90 something, and I thought about going fishing. But Gregory is actually down in Oklahoma with his brother, my youngest boy, Timothy, which Timothy got engaged and is going to get married. Mom and me are so happy for him. And but he's down there with them, helping him move into Alva from Winoka out on the farm. Him and his girlfriend. These little bitty digs, they go quick. So let me get this done real quick. I missed that one. So, but he's moving in down there, he's already moved in down there with her, but they're moving into Alva. So, and got a little apartment there. That way, just save a bunch of gas mileage. They live 20 miles from Alva. She's got to go to school every day, so she got to drive back and forth, and it'll just save them. And then he still drives here from Alva, Oklahoma to here. Will be like 70 miles one way, and he drives out for work, but he works 24-hour shifts on EMS. So, all right, there's the first run of my little nasties today. So, okay, there's still, whoops, I'll roll into the camera. Sorry, guys. Here is a little nasty, and it's still got the slag head on it. But what I do is, see if it's cool enough. Yep, it's cool enough now. I take it and I pinch the head and the eye and the hook. And then this, I just twist and roll it off. And then you got that little bitty, sorry about my dirty hands, wheelchair life. Got that little bitty 1/64 ounce jig head. Now we get to paint it up. And this 4 colors I got right here is going to be what I use later, and then we'll paint all them up and get them in the oven and bake off that powder coat. The weight on the table, these ones, I don't see what you're seeing, or these ones. These are the bank weights. This one's a 5. Is that what you're talking about there, John Boy? What I got going to those is I got 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s, and I'm pouring the whole mold because I need all of them. I went out to Keeney Reservoir the other day here in South Central Kansas, and ran out of 3s. I got 1 left, and it's on my rod. Actually, it's not on my rod anymore. I took it off my rod. But pour up these other little nasties real quick, and then we'll finish pouring off some big weights. I'm going to do some, Johnny Boy, I'm going to do some no rolls here in a little bit. And then I'm going to do some eggs too. And I just, like I said, I know pouring weights is boring, but, I figure we get on here and, if y'all wasn't doing that, sitting in the living room watching TV, eating breakfast, drinking coffee, whatever. We'll just come and hang out. Somebody's car alarm went off. Yeah, and with these little guys, I keep laying them in there and they want to stick to my finger. You see that pot keeps leaking. They'll do that when they get pretty hot. I guess it's better to drip than not flow at all. Somebody said something. Yeah, that's it right on. Sometimes I got so much stuff laying around when somebody says, yeah, that on the table. I'm like, what table? Where? For one thing, I probably hadn't had enough coffee yet this morning because there's still coffee left in the pot. And then the other thing is when you shut your mold, if there's no crack running down the center of your mold, all your hooks stayed in place. And this little pot just really likes to leak these days. I don't know. I think it's just that pin gets in the wrong position. That's why I like this big lead pot. I'll pour one more run of these real quick. I really need 3s. Let's just pour some 3s real fast. Gotta wait for it to cool before I can drop it out. And you don't want to let your lead pot get too far down. So I'll run a couple more of these 3s. Like I said before, anybody got any suggestions on how to not get your weights to just stick like crazy? When I do mine. Yeah, well, I see. That's why I was saying something, Johnny Boy. When I do the no rolls and stuff here, I'm not going to reach past them hot pots. I'll burn the shit on myself. Whoops, sorry. I forgot my language. I apologize. I didn't. I hope y'all didn't hear that. I got a potty mouth, guys, and I don't mean to. And I try to keep this show as friendly as possible. But when I was growing up as a kid, my parents never stopped me from cussing, and now it's so hard. Um, but what I decided to do is, I got you got your spike for pulling your no rolls and stuff, and figure out where it went. I got some. Oh, here it is. I got I have a welder and I do body work on old Rambler and stuff, but I have this Hobart tip grease, and as you can see, here's one of the ones for the egg sinkers, and it's just I got it just sitting in there, and I'll put this in there too, but I wipe it off so it don't put that much in your weight. If you wipe it off, there's just a layer of molecule, and even if you just use your fingers and wipe it off, whatever. I mean, that little bit of grease that's on there, that it works for a few times and it pulls out a lot easier. And I'll show you guys here in just a minute. It'll want to make those no rolls with bumps on them and swivel instead of line. Yeah, now that is a good idea, Yakshore. I've been thinking about, I got since I have this metal stuff in this shop to do some metal stuff, I thought if you take the no roll, let me find the no roll real quick. We're going to do some no rolls too, so I got to figure out which one it is. Yeah, here. Okay. I got to run through all my molds before. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I got 13 molds of all kinds of different stuff and trying to keep them straight. But anyways, what I was thinking about doing is, here's your no roll, and you said bumps on each side. So what I was thinking is taking a drill bit and center punch, do measure, do all the good stuff, and just take a drill bit and drill in. This thing is 3/8 of an inch thick. I've already mic'd it, but and where the impression mold's at, it's a little thinner. So you would have to stay up into this block right here, but that would on a 3, you would have to probably sand the 3 off and put your dimple in there by drilling a hole in there. And then as far as the swivel, just take up here and you could round out this on a mold, or even drill, if you're real careful, drill that out. And I've thought about doing that to this mold just so I could have on a swivel with bump outs like what you said. But the bump outs, what I would do if I did bump outs, I would actually put 2 or 3 smaller, like 1/4 inch on the 3-ounce, and then maybe a little smaller, just to grab that sand. I know what you're meaning. I pretty much do. This one, if you look at this one is 1, 1.5, 2, and 3. And then this one is 3, 4, 5, and on the 2, 3, 4, and 5 on the bank sinkers. And then of course the 1/64 jig. This is a production mold, and this one is a 1/4 ounce jig head. And then I got 1/8 ounce jig head. And then I'll just grab some of these ones for weights. Come to show you. I'm not going to bring all the jig head ones over there and show you, but I'll bring the weight ones. I'll bring this one too, because this one's kind of neat. All right. So as far as my jig head ones, I got like just about every size jig head you can get to 1/2 inch. I mean, 1/2 ounce. I said 1/2 inch. Yeah, it's about a 1/2 inch on anyways. Smaller dimples than that. Oh, smaller ones? Yeah, I'm getting there. this one's kind of neat because this is my Ned rig one. So I like this one. I love Ned rigging, and I've been tying bucktail on my Ned rigs and using them trying to use them. I've only used them a few times, but I haven't went and chased nothing. But then I've got right here, you see that? It's a split shot. And these split shot, this is 3/8 ounce and 1/4 ounce. So those are big split shots. Then I got the dinky split shots, which those are 16th and 8ths. And then I got no rolls. And in the no rolls, I got just the universal one that has, let's see if I can see it. It's 1/8 up to 3 ounces. And it goes 1/8, 1/4, 3/8, half, 3/4, 1, 1.5, 2, and 3. And then, last but not least, I call this one, even though it's bank weights, I call this one my drop shot mold. So yeah, bucktails on a Ned rig. Yeah, here. I don't. Do I have any tied up? I was trying to think if I had any tied up. I know I got some tied up in my. I got one tied up in my tackle box in the truck. Hold on a minute. Matthew, could you go out to my truck and get my big flat tackle box that says double hook angling on the white with the white sticker? It's in the back seat, bud. I'm gonna have Matthew run out and I have him get one of them bucktails, and I'll show you. But I like that. I like the bucktail on the Ned rig because it stands up. It don't just lay on the bottom when you're bouncing bottom. So, and I need to get these out before this mold loses all heat. All right, let me get the rest of these jig heads done real quick, guys. But I want to say thank you to everybody coming in. You guys are the most awesomest people ever, man. I mean, this whole fishing community, everybody that I've met in the last couple months, I love y'all. I want to give a huge shout out to Lyle, Panfish Nation, Mark on Panfish Nation. Of course, Mark's also got catfish and crappie and all that. Let me get these done real quick, and I'll show you that Ned rig real fast. I don't want to lose all the heat in this mold. It's only got 6 more hooks here. That's the problem with them little dinky things. I can't pick them up with my fat fingers. But if y'all just came in shortly, we were just talking about weights and molds and lead and oops, I fibbed you. I got 7 hooks left. Maybe there's another one hiding down in there. Yeah, if I can get a hold of it. All right. Like I said, make sure that you don't have no crack, and nobody likes crack. Well, some people like crack, but they're just, we won't go there today. I got some of those people that like crack that live down this alley that keeps trying to break in my garage. But I live in Kansas. We have constitutional carry. And I'm in a wheelchair. So we're also, if you're in a wheelchair and disabled, you get kind of that stand your ground. So, but like I said, we will go there and so everybody yelling at me. All right. This is what I'm talking about. Ned rig bucktail. There you go. Watch. Ned rig bucktail. It'll stand up better in water, and if it wasn't trying to set it on something plastic. But there you go, bud. Ned Rig bucktail. I don't know if you can see the flash and stuff in it. But the reason why I like these, hey, if you end up making those dimples, no rolls, I would be interested in buying some. Yeah. Hey, if I do, actually, you're going to have to, if I do it, I will do a video on it. And that's, I mean, you just, now, if you want some of these Yak Shore, right now, the only way I have for people to get them is Double Hook Angling on Instagram. Find me on there, hit me up, you can message me. You can pay me with PayPal. Or Double Hook Angling, gmail.com. But I get $1.50 a piece for these. So, but you can email me, you can Instagram me, and we can work something out. So, and most everybody on here, I trust you. But here's what I was saying is, with this Ned rig, what you can do is, let me see if I got something that can act like a minnow. Okay. I don't have a minnow rubber in my box, but I got a twisty tail that's all raunchy. So, but what I'm saying is take a minnow, let's get this up here, take a minnow and hook that minnow through the lip like that. And that minnow will stay down inside that. You know, I know this hair is all wacky doodled, but that jig's been in the water many a times. As you can see, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's got it's got 2 knots, 3 knots on it. I didn't take my clippers that day to clip them off, and my teeth are getting kind of shot. But do that with a minnow. So when it stands up, that minnow's kind of there. An earthworm, a night crawler, running walleye. That's what I'm talking about. Email sent. Right on, bud. I got right now. I got like I'll send you an email back and we can kind of talk about it. But I have if you just want like a sample, I'll send you like, you tell me how many you want. I'll send you one of each color. I'll send you a couple colors, just my choice, or you tell me, actually, just go in and add to that email if you want specific colors. But I have pink, purple, blue, black, chartreuse, and may have another color or two. So a regular jig head with a nightcrawler. Yeah, I mostly fish jigs. Like this is my go to the lake box. And as you can see, there's circle hooks and weights, and I got like some regular J hooks, and then I got a few spinners, a couple bobbers, a couple swim baits. And then when I was talking about earlier, the jig heads that I just poured, these are the jig heads that I poured last week or week, when I first got that mold and tried to make that video. There you go. So as you can see, all these jigs are a little different, each one, but this is in my box to take. And this is, we went out the other day for, we went out all day, but I went out with my buddy that he likes to, he's like me, he's got, we get together and we just talk about stuff that should not be online. And if it's online, it should probably be on a different platform besides YouTube. But so I didn't live that, but Gregory caught a nice striper, and I did film that, and I threw that up on here, so you can go watch that little short 2-minute video. But we had a good time. We caught 200 or so white perch, and what I did was I drop shotted a half ounce, I think it was a 3/4 ounce, and then I had a jig first. So 3/4 ounce up a foot or so, I tied one of those little jigs. Then up from that, I tied a regular, a little Aberdeen hook and put a piece of worm on it, and then casted it out and was jigging it back, kind of drop shot style, pulling it along the bottom just a little bit. 9 times out of 10, they would take the jig over the worm, which was crazy because little white perch, they want that stupid worm all the time. You can't never go fishing anywhere without a worm. But doing that drop shot with that jig and then that worm, they would come and see that worm, or they would smell that worm maybe, and then they would see that pink, because I was running a pink jig. I mean, pink head, white body, sour truce shell on the one, and then the other one was pink head, pink body, and pink and sour truce tail mix. So, and you cast it out, you bump it back every single cast, you was catching a fish. The problem is they was all 3 to 6 inches. Now, we were using them for bait, but as I throw them out there for bait, the dang things was the turtles. I caught my record number of turtles. I caught 8 turtles that day. I think it was 8. I'm pretty sure it was 8. It might have been just 7, but this pot has gotten a little low, and I want to add some stuff to it. So I got some dirty ingots back here, and you just set them down easy. Don't splash them around. That stuff is hot, let me tell you. But I'm only going to add 3, and that's these are about 1 pound a piece. I'm going to add 3 and let that come back up to 10. Now, another thing I wanted to show you guys, for the ones that don't know about all this lead pot stuff, what I like to do is I get a teaspoon, and this is actually a long teaspoon. This one's non-reactive, so it won't leave tin, inside your pots. I don't know how else to do this. I've never watched anybody pour lead before. I just bought the pot and went to town. And what I do, though, is I'll take and I'll skim this nasty stuff right off the top, and then I'll just kind of scoot it into a deal. And as you come out at an angle like that, and most of that good lead will stay in there, and then you get this lump of crap. So then I set it on this old, and if you can see this right here, yes, it looks like a tailgate. I don't know how well you can see it, but this table right here, this whole table, it is the rear half of a 1978 Chevy square body 1-ton pickup truck that was a trailer. The trailer all rusted out to nothing. The only thing that was still good was the last 6 inches of the bed. So I cut it off. I welded some legs and stuff on it, and I mounted it to the wall. So here, I'll show you guys real quick. Let's see if you guys can see that. Whoops, I made you tilt. But you see that table? And what's nice is if I pull a big vehicle in here that's, needs the room, I just fold that up and I got an extra 16 inches. And yes, that's what she said. Let's see if I can get this back into the right place here where I had it. Back to where you guys can see what I was doing. Sorry about making y'all move around everywhere, but I wanted y'all to see that table. Can you make me a couple of no rolls? Show me how that works. Okay, I'll do that real quick. I know I get the gabbing and all that, but also I needed to let that heat back up since I put them ingots in there. Let's see what we do with that no roll. Here's your no roll, okay? Like I said, I just showed you that we lubed that rod up. Now, here's my suggestion for helping get it out a little easier. Get something that is heavy enough and is not going to burn, like maybe a vise, or if you got a metal table that's not going to move. That way you can put the edge of it right underneath, and that will give you something to help pull that out. This works really well with the egg sinkers, and I only got one I got, so I don't want to bend it. So what I'm going to use, which is what most people actually use for this, is these little cheap rods. They look like little canes. That's what's supposed to come with this. And you can buy little packs of them, and that's what I do, because these, you bend these pretty well. But I use a pair of pliers to help hold it, to pull it out when I do it. But you take it and you lay it in your mold, and I put the cane side, if you can see, I laid in the mold and I put the cane side away from the pour spout, and then you just shut it. And there's no need to have this thing set and clear down in there. So I push it to where, you know, you can't see the bottom of it. Now it does make it a little bit more difficult to get it up underneath your mold, but if you aim good, you can feel that. Then while it's still hot, before it cools all the way down, I go like that. And you just got to wiggle the thing out, because I have not figured out any other way myself to get it out except for jerk the thing out. And then you have a no roll. Now, let me get a different pair of pliers than this, because those being at the side, that made it look like I was really working hard, even though I was working hard. It just wasn't as hard as what it looked. I don't know what happened with good pliers. My problem is I have autistic children that know how to do stuff in the shop, and things don't ever get put back. And I still find tools in the backyard. Yeah, I'll bet you them pliers are over there. But the other thing you could probably do is get here. Look, see this? It's just a paint can opener. I wonder if that'll do on the hood. We're gonna play around. We're gonna find something to make this easier, because you just got me. I mean, I ended up bending that silly rod, pulling it out. You got me to wondering if there's just not an easy, because I'm like you guys. I struggle, man. I still learning all this stuff too. So let's try this. Let's pour a run in there. Okay, now take this thing with a hook on it and see if that makes any better. That does. I know what I'm going to do. Okay, you gave me a good idea. I'm glad you said something. Franklin powder flux or similar product added to. Yeah, that's why I said I was using this stuff. You know, I mean, you dip your welder in it and stuff. It's made for heat and what have you. Yeah, scrape the skim off while I'm pouring. Yes, that's what I do. Man, I think I want to stay now. Yeah, I'll move you guys. Yeah, what I was going to say is, since I have all this stuff to weld and do all that, I want to. I'm gonna make me a little T handle that's got I'll go find an eye loop around here or something, and I'll weld that thing onto that little T handle. But yeah, that might actually work better. So, but what I got is I got a pair of pliers, and that pair of pliers, it doesn't have teeth on the pliers. It has a hole in the end and a hole on the side, and it's for doing fence or things like that. So that works pretty good. But hey, guys, I want to say, real quick, I see 12 people in here watching. I greatly appreciate you guys watching. I know we're not doing much. We're just kind of hanging out. If I could figure out how to, put in stuff to get, if anybody wants to come up or anything, I don't know how to do this. Anybody know how to get people to see what I got going on here? Broadcast info, settings, cancel. Yeah. Oh, I jumped out, guys. Sorry. See, that's why I said I don't know what I'm doing on this StreamYard stuff. I just kicked everybody. I kicked myself out. Yep. Oops. Real quick, got you guys in here. Like I said, hey, I got some stickers left, guys. So if you want one of these, I'll just mail you one. Email me. Oh, that's a good idea. A candle to put some smoke on there to smoke, you make the mold smoky. Maybe they'll release better. Right on, yeah, sure. Yeah, there's only like 20 left, so it's first come, first serve. When they're gone, they're gone. But yeah, trying to. I mean, you guys know how it goes when you're. I mean, I just started pouring weights a couple years ago. So when you're first learning how to do weights and stuff like that, you just got to figure it out. And I haven't watched anybody's videos on how they pour weights and stuff. And maybe that's my problem, is I should have went and watched some videos. But now you got me wanting to pour more of them no rolls since we're going that direction already. Yeah, see, that one smoked off. So there was still some of that goobery stuff on there. See, and I also found if you kind of crack it a little bit, hold it with one hand, just don't burn your fingers on the other inside. It kind of helps pull it out a little bit too. See there, that one I did without a table because that may be how somebody else will do it, was just hold on to it and pull it. But see, also when you do cold and you don't just run them over and over, I don't know if you can see. There you go. See the wrinkles in it? Those wrinkles are in it is because your mold's too cold. But since those are for me, I don't care. Your pins too, smoke the pins. Well, Scotty B, that is a good idea. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I may look like I'm an old goat, but I'm only 49. I'm still a young kid, I think. Some days I think I'm old as dirt. But let me get some of this out of the way here now that we're done with these 164s. And then when I do these 164s, I just grab them, pinch the head and the hook, twist that little nub off, and if you try to wiggle these back and forth, they will loosen on the hook, and then you'll have wobbly jig heads. But I love these 164s, man. I tied up a bunch of them. Like I said, I had 100. I tied up. Well, I painted up all but this 20-something. So it's about 70 or so hooks. I painted up the jig heads and powder coated them, and then got them tied up for myself. And then I sent some to a few people. So, but I just like doing this stuff. And since when the pandemic started, you couldn't find nothing. So that's when I ended up buying like I only had like 3 molds or so, 4 molds until the pandemic happened. And then I went and bought all kinds of molds. And then I started collecting lead from everybody. I even got some old junk batteries that were out at the farm in some old vehicles. I went and took those batteries out and then neutralized them and cleaned them out, and then took the lead out of them, and definitely did that stuff outside. So, you just got to do what you got to do to get the lead you need these days. Because Lead lately's been $3.5 a pound. So you're going to go out. There's a pound and a half puck. You're going to pay $5 for that little thing. You're going to get some jigs out of it, but you're not going to get a whole lot. So let Matthew back free. They'll go let the puppies back in, and I hear them starting to whine. I'm going to move, get bombarded. For those that haven't seen, because there was just a couple on earlier, come here. Look at how big Rosie got. And yes, she still likes my beard. See? And then, come here, Raven. And here's Raven. She got filled out too. They're getting so heavy, I can't pick them up. My back ain't that strong. Come on, go in the house. There's you guys some puppy love. Yeah, they're cute now. They're only 30 pounds. Wait till they're 75 apiece. They'll still be cute, but they'll be big cute. Thanks, Jack Shore. They are cute dogs, especially the. I love their eyes. Raven's got the deepest brown eyes, almost black, because she's black. And then Rosie's got the deepest gold. I mean, it's just, if you look in her eyes, it's just so deep gold. They're gorgeous. And Rosie is, she's being trained more than Raven. Raven's going to pretty much be a house dog. She'll still be socialized, and we are socializing them with everybody. We're going, uptown. We have some dog friendly stores in our town, and so we take them uptown and we run around with them in the truck. And I'm gonna start taking them fishing. I took them fishing once, and it was kind of a pain with them trying, being such a young puppy. When they get a little older, I'm gonna let that mold's kind of still warm. It burnt my finger. But we're going to Rosie is going to get complete full training, and I'll get her certified, and probably, she's 4 months old, or actually she's only 3.5 months old because she's 14 weeks. So almost 15 weeks. She'll be 15 weeks Sunday. But we're going to get her trained as a service dog. And by the time she has her certification, she'll be 18, 20 months old. It takes a while. And who's to say she may not even, if she gets to where I see any inkling of not doing what she's supposed to do, she'll be a house dog too. She won't be a service dog. But she'll be a go anywhere with me house dog. Just not, I'm not going to upset people. I really don't care, but I'm not going to push the point, especially since he's a Doberman, because, all it takes is one person to go, your service dog bit me. And whether she did or not, they won't care. But yeah, we're running an hour and 14 minutes, and I've been sitting around playing around, yakking. This is kind of how my morning goes sometimes. But I get these little heads done real quick and get them out of my way. I just needed some more of those to tie up for myself and my buddy for this next week. We're going to go chase the white perch again. But this time, instead of running a piece of worm, I'm just going to put 2 jig heads on and a half-ounce drop shot, bank weight, whatever you want to call it, and chunk them out and just pull in white perch the whole time while I'm sitting there fishing for catfish. In Kansas, you're only allowed 2 poles. So it, 2 poles is 2 poles. Go get a 3rd pole permit, you can have 3. So I got 9 people in here still. Thanks for watching. Sorry if I am boring. I know I am. It's all good. It's just weight pouring. I 1, 2, 3. Let's pour a few more of those. I'm wondering, with that T handle, you gonna bend that big old long thing, pulling that out, trying to pull that out. That's probably what'll happen. But I wish I had a candle. I would try that trick. Yeah, I just wiped it on my jeans. My wife won't be happy, but I go through pants so fast since I rub my hands on my legs all the time. What, back out again? Ah, go get her. She's going out the garage door. Raven. She's wanting to play with Matthew, so she just takes off. She's back in and going back out the side door, so it's not like she ran away. These dogs don't run far. They're still puppies. They stay close. And they like I said, with the training, it'll get to where they won't go there. Let's do a couple more of those. I also need a couple of 3s. Yeah, and I tried doing 2 or 3 at one time on this mold and had 3 hooks that I had to pull out. That was no. I learned my lesson. I just do 1 at a time. The other thing is after you do 2 or 3, that pin's going to get hot. So be quick with it or use different pins. Okay. My shoulders are getting to me. Pulling that down now. All right. That'll be the last one of those. Put that right there. What's the other one? Oh, I'm going to do this. So, do a run of no rolls. Leave that rod up. And on these, when I do these, I just do them quick. While it's still hot, start moving that thing. With the T-handle, they seem to pull out better. See, I got them all out. So there's the first run of egg sinkers. There's the first run of egg sinkers. Wish I knew where that other pair of pliers. Well, I didn't want it up there anyways. It's still hot, so it needs to cool off. All right, let's see which side of it. Okay, run another run of those. There we go. Another run. And like I said, I just started doing weights and stuff not too long ago, so I'm probably doing it all wrong anyways. I just wished I knew how to get this to where people could come up and chat and say hi on the screen and add more people. I'm just going to have to figure that out. Because if I try to mess with it again, I'm probably going to drop y'all off. I need somebody on here to help me. All right, let's pour a few from the other side. Okay, there's the big ones. That's the 1, 1.5, 2, and 3. Pour some more of those. On these ones, that long rod, it doesn't seem like it's hard to get it out too much. Like, see, I'll just pour 2, right? See how easy the 2 come out? When you do them all, it seems to be hard. But I really needed the 3s and 2s anyway. She's trying to escape again. She's playing with Matthew, running back and forth and jumping on him. Come here. Come on inside. Go get him. Go. Yeah, the good thing about having Matt and Greg still at home is it's always a fun time. So, but that's kind of what I do for pouring weights. And, I got some more to pour here. But these molds are starting to get pretty warm. I need to just let them cool for a second. Pour some more big ones on the bank. Weights. Add a couple more pucks in there. Getting a little. All right, on this smaller pot, what did I want to? Oh, I know what I was going to do. I don't have any more. Ooh, that mold was hot. I just hit it with my arm. That hurt. But I don't have any more weights that are for. Any more. Napper, I was going to say. Yeah, I don't have any more of the big giant one. I had a big mold that had like a 6 and an 8 bank weight, and I lost it years ago, and I don't know where it went. I'd like to get another one. But I'm pour up some of these real quick. But the other thing I wanted to do was I was talking about the split shots. So making sure the mold was clean. I want to pour up some of these big split shots real quick. I'll show you those. And these ones are the big ones, so I'll do it with this lid that's not as clean. But when I do these, I just pour a drop on the big ones. I just go for it. It seems to be easier for me to get them off. And then when I go to get them off, I break it apart where now they're all stuck. But this is my first run. So there's no need to go pour, because this whole thing is going back in there. Because all I did was to do that was to get it warm so they'll do better. When I pour these out or pull them out, even I want to kind of wiggle them out so I don't mess up the heads or the mold. Mostly the mold. But now that it's warm, we'll run our production set here. So see, I got the that's the only way I could figure out how to get them out. Now, the first 3 I poured still didn't pour with the dorm, but the back 4 are good. So let's set those down. And pour one more set because I don't need that many of those. like I said, I'm probably doing it wrong. I probably am. But that time it poured good. I just don't know how else to get them out of there without doing the whole grab and wiggle. And but like you said, give me a candle and some smoke, and maybe that'll help. So, but see, that run did good. Now I got, that's all those big ones I needed. I'll put that back down there. And we'll pour some of these little bitty dinky ones, even though I got a couple thousand of those. These ones I do one at a time with this fine lid pot. Okay, that poured good, like that. So I'll let that set and heat up, and then I'll pour some more of those. But we're kind of running long on just doing something goofy, you know, just hanging out, guys. And I appreciate it, and I hope that kind of helped. But I wanted to show you what I was talking about real quick with that slag on the top. You see how it gets this nasty stuff? And all you got to do is just kind of scrape that over to the side and just kind of grab it and lift up. Let that good lead drain off of there. And that's it. Then throw it down to cool. The other thing I wanted to show you guys why I got you in my hand, since we're just kind of goofing off this morning, playing around. Here is my kayak. So that's what I got going on. I'm going to, right here, it's got these, the way these mounts are right here. Those are just plastic. They're riveted on. I'm not too, I'm not too happy with them. Like I said, the seat set so far back. I think that's the problem. So I'm going to cut up my wheelchair, my old one that got thrown out, and I'm going to get to where I have a comfortable seat in my kayak, and maybe if I lose a little weight and put some of the weight more further forward, I won't be sinking the thing so much. I know it's kind of bright that way. Let me go out the other way. I was trying to get back enough so you guys could see it better. But there you go. Yeah, see, and it's got the seat sets back so far on this 10-foot, and I'm so top heavy. It's not that good. So I figure if I just take and cut my wheelchair off and the legs off of the thing, and I can get it to sit on there, it'll do a lot better. So, but anyways, guys, I think that's kind of where I'm going to leave it at for today. I know today was kind of just, goofing off, playing around. I really wished I could get this stuff figured out as far as trying to post comment, private chat, broadcast info is probably what I want. Banners. This is an example of a banner. Click on the banner to show it on the screen. Use banners to summarize your talking points. Create a banner. Brands. Doing brands. Logo. Oh, overlay. Hey, maybe I got something figured out here. Hired by StreamYard. Add an overlay. Video clips, background. Ooh, hey, I didn't see all this stuff here. Put on music. Okay. I'm going to have to do some figuring this stuff out. Yeah, sorry I'm making you guys look at my ugly face. I'm trying to. Yeah. Well, anyways, guys, I need to get this stuff figured out so you guys can have a better experience, chatting with me face to face. Maybe get another one of y'all to come up and be on the screen with me too, just so we can talk better and I can do what I need to do and somebody maybe could help me, read the comments as I'm doing stuff. So, hey, I don't even know who's all in here. I don't know. See what happens if I push that. Invite again. Oh, wait a minute. What's this? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, did I figure something out here? Did I just put up a link, guys? Hey, there you go. Whoops. Sorry. That's how you get your guys' comments on the screen is just tap. Yeah, I'm trying to here. Wait a minute. Let me go back and read this real quick. Okay. You got to make outriggers with PVC. Is it? Well, I made outriggers for Gregory's on his, and he kept hitting them with the paddle as we was teaching. Okay, Scotty B, the the little pontoon, the little boat buffers. I called it pond. I don't know why I said that. But the boat bumpers that you drop down off the side of your boat to protect you from the dock. I took two of those, and since they have the hole in each end for the rope, I put half-inch CPVC down through that, come up over, connected it to a T and up and over and into Gregory's pole holders with a cross T and then 3 more pole holders sticking up. That's kind of how we did Gregory's. And he kept hitting his, maybe they weren't back far enough or something, but with his paddle, he kept hitting them. That would be a good idea. I like the whole idea of just using a kayak without any extra support. I thought about filling it with foam, but I think, like I said, if I just get, I missed something here. Oh, that is a video for tutorial on StreamYard. Okay, well, that wasn't right. Think Media StreamYard tutorial will pull it up on. Yeah, but back to the kayak thing. But yeah, we can make outriggers and stuff on that and what have you. But I'm thinking I just need a 12-foot kayak, but I am going to try to, like I said, put my old wheelchair up there, and maybe that will do something as far as just moving my weight forward. I think will help more than anything. I'm gonna sit you guys down real quick so I can scoot back. I think if I, like I said, like if you can see my wheelchair here, yeah, I know you can. So like right here, cut this off on my old chair, and then just take the axle off, and then I'll have a comfortable seat that fits my body, and a flip up and down back and stuff. Because the back of this chair, excuse me, the back of this chair, if you squeeze the handle, it folds down, the wheels come off, and you can throw it in the vehicle. So yes, check out YouTube. They have. Yeah, see, I'm not trying to research some of this stuff. It's pretty easy to get on YouTube and do it. But I just did this is like my third live stream. So it's all new to me, and I get it, and that's what I need to do. Just go check it out. So, I mean, thanks for saying that, Scotty B. I appreciate it. Um, but I want to be able to make good content for you guys, not so boring content. I want to get, some other creators up here and some of the other fisher guys up here. And, I'd really like to go fishing with some of you guys and stuff. But, right now we just trying to get this all figured out, find my place where I belong here. I hate going live a lot in my head. I just feel like I'm stepping on somebody else's toes, taking up their time slot or whatever. I know that we're so many people on that are on live, and it really just go live when you want to go live, and it probably doesn't matter. But, I just kind of, I just have that feeling I don't want to, step on. But anyways, while I'm on here, I want to say huge shout out, Panfish Nation, Lyle, Mark. Watch Lyle's Catfish Weekly. Watch Mark's crop catfish and crappie, and pontoon. Jody, watch her. Make sure you go check out, Scotty B, Yak Shore. Just a lot of you guys that come in and talk to me. Go check out Joe Buck 66. I'm not trying to forget nobody, just trying to think off the top of my head is just not feasible. All my hair is falling out, so it's taking my brain with it. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. I really do. I'm humbled by it all. So I think this is probably where we're going to end it today. I'm going to run a few more weights out of this process and kind of set this stuff down. Sitting here talking and visiting, I'm just wasting electricity for the most part. So, hey, now I can do live streams in my garage with no problem. I called, we have Cox Internet, and that is not a plug for Cox, trust me. It's just, I live in Kingman, and that's our only choice unless I go satellite. The other services, as far as internet, they don't work. So they got me what they call Gigablast. So now I got more than enough. Man, I'm streaming 700 one way and 80 the other. So, but hey guys, I appreciate you watching. Go tie something, go pour some weights, just get out and go do something. Don't be stagnant. I could just sit in there and watch TV all day. I probably got just as good excuse as anybody else. But, you just got to get out there and live your life. Don't sit idle. You'll just rot away. Peace and love to all of you. I appreciate it. Go tie something, guys. This is where we're going to end it. Take it easy. Go fishing today. It's nice.